Hi, everybody. It's another Tuesday Tips with Terry, and I hope you are having a great day today. I am getting back into the swing of things after being in Orlando for the weekend and heading to Chicago later this week. So I'm jumping in here to give you a Tuesday tip. And what I want to focus on today is video. And video is a huge topic. Obviously, I'm doing video right now, and I will be talking a lot about the tactical side of it as I continue with these tips. I might even do a little series on it. I've been working with video probably for 6 years, I would say. And I've gone through a bunch of different equipment, software as far as post-production. And I've worked with outside contractors, professional firms that produce video for some of my clients. So I've had a lot of experience with it, and I hope to share some insights to save you guys some time, because video is definitely one of the most consumable forms of marketing and communications. And the tip I want to give you today is, what are some creative ways you can use video that are not in marketing? And so one of the things that I've started to do is actually use video to facilitate onboarding of new clients, to facilitate completing forms. For example, I have an intake form. So when I start working with a new client, I do a lot of phone conversations where I interview them, I do discovery. I spend a lot of upfront time because I believe in high touch, getting to know the clients that I'm working with, and even interviewing their customers and clients as well, so I can get a really full dimensional, multi-dimensional understanding of what they do, who they are, what makes them unique. And that's like my superpower, is being able to really zero in on what makes someone unique, so I can actually bring that out in their branding and in their marketing messages and communication, helping them with their sales strategy and all that good stuff. So one of the things that I think is really helpful is to really infuse more of you into your content, into your product. And if there is something that you're doing repeatedly in your work, for example, like I was mentioned earlier about an intake. So there's some things that I always ask clients over and over again, some real basic stuff about their business, what they're spending, where they're focusing, where they're advertising, when's the last time they updated their website, real basic kind of like foundational stuff that I need to know about a new client. And so I have just a 3-step form that I've created, and it's basically an intake that covers, their business, their communications, and their marketing. And it gives me a good understanding right from the get-go. So I don't have to, go over that on the phone with them. I can actually come into those discovery calls and ask them very specific questions, clarifying questions, more detailed, more probing, so I can really get to the heart of the matter. And so it's much more efficient. So instead of me going through these every single time or setting up an email and typing it from scratch, I created some forms. Well, nobody likes to stop and, give that information in a form, and, it's much more fun to talk about it or whatever. So I'm asking them to do a little bit of work, but that's just part of the process. So one of the things that I did was I created a video, real simple video, just like me talking, sitting at my desk like I am now, and explaining to them the purpose of why they're going to be doing the forms, that it was to their benefit, that it was going to be the first part of our working together, and it was going to help me do a better job for them. And I also explained what was coming. So I was managing their expectations. So I said the first part's going to be just about, your business. The second part is going to be about communications. Third part's going to be about your marketing. And it's going to come straight to me. It's not going into some kind of database where you're going to be like evaluated or whatever. It's just a way for us to start building the relationship and get an understanding and insight into your business. And, thank them for taking the time to actually fill it out. So that's just one example of how a video, and I put it right at the top of the first form. So I just say, go to Better3 / I think it's client intake or intake, something like that. I can't remember. I'll try to put a link to it in the actual post here, so you can actually go and look at it, because it's open. I mean, anybody can look at it. You don't have to obviously fill out the form unless you want to be a client. But just see how I talk about what's coming, and I just kind of welcome them. And I think that what that does is that creates an even more committed client to actually go in and spend the time to do the form, to really be thoughtful about it. And you look at the content that you're sharing, and not to make it marketing, but really making it about building a relationship, deepening that understanding, and helping facilitate your client or your prospect through a process. And it's a great way to, especially if it's something that you're doing more than once, it's a great way to actually embed more of you in the digitization and the automation that you're putting in front of people. Even going through an e-commerce transaction, who's to say that you can't put a little video next to one of your products that says, listen, let me tell you about this product. How many people go onto YouTube to type, how do I install a radiator, or how do I fix a leaky faucet, or how do I is like the number one cue that starts any Google search or any YouTube search. So remember that you're there to help facilitate, you're there to serve, you're there to make whatever it is you're asking your prospects or clients to do easier. And if you're, if you're in a business of you and you're presenting yourself and you're putting yourself out there, or you have someone on your team that's a client-facing person, a customer service person, get them on video, put them into that website, put them into that transaction, and allow them to start building that relationship digitally. Keep the content fresh, follow up with your clients to ask them if it was helpful, update that video if it wasn't helpful, or if you can make it better, if you get some suggestions. So that's a great thing about video. You can always update it. You can always put a fresh video on there. So look for ways outside of marketing where you can install little inserts of video. They don't need to be long. They can be just a couple minutes. They can be instructional, facilitating. They can even be, hey, how's it going, right? You can even just have some fun with your prospects and your clients, and let them know that you're there in a digital way as well as in a human way. So hopefully that tip was helpful to you. Again, I'll post that little link to my little thing that I was giving you an example about. And I hope you have a great day and rest of your week. And just think of ways where you can make video more friendly and make your content more friendly, and just put yourself out there in multiple ways. So if you have any questions about that, or want to talk to me about anything regarding your business growth, you can always email me at terry@better3.com, or hop on over to better3.com to learn more about what it is that I do. Have a great week. Thanks.